Hey there, coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and in this episode, we're going to talk about a special 5-cent coin, the 1977 D nickel. Yes, you heard that right, a 5-cent coin that could potentially be worth $70 million. Stick around as we explore the history, value, and all the incredible details about this fascinating piece of numismatic history. You won't want to miss it. To truly understand why a 1977 D nickel could be worth such an astronomical amount, we need to take a trip back in time. The United States Mint has been producing coins since the late 18th century, but the design and minting process have evolved significantly over the years. By the 1970s, the U.S. Mint had already made significant strides in coin production, and the 5-cent nickel was no exception. The 1977 D nickel, produced at the Denver Mint, featured a design that was familiar to many Americans at the time. On the obverse, you'll find Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, with his profile facing left. The reverse, meanwhile, shows Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello, reflecting his legacy as a statesman and founding father. But what sets the 1977 D nickel apart from other coins in circulation? The reason why the 1977 D nickel could be worth so much money isn't because of its design, it's because of an incredibly rare error that occurred during its minting process. You see, sometimes, during coin production, mistakes happen. Some coins are struck with double dies, others with misplaced mint marks or flaws in the design. These errors are extremely rare, and collectors love them because they are unique pieces of history. One such error occurred with the 1977 D nickel. There were a few nickels struck with an incorrect or double die, and these rare errors have caused these particular coins to skyrocket in value. Imagine finding a coin that wasn't meant to be there, with a slight but noticeable difference from the rest. It's a treasure. In the case of the 1977 D nickel, a small batch of coins were minted with a double die error that makes them stand out from the rest. It's a fascinating example of how even the smallest mistakes can lead to massive opportunities in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's talk value. If you've been following the world of rare coins, you might have heard of the 1977 D nickel fetching eye-popping prices at auctions and private sales. But exactly how much are they worth? A regular 1977 D nickel is worth just 5 cents, that's face value. However, the rare error coins are worth much more. Depending on the severity and type of the error, the value of these nickels can range anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. In some cases, they've been sold for millions of dollars. You may be thinking, wait a second, $70 million for a nickel? It sounds unbelievable, right? But in the world of rare coin collecting, this is what can happen when a coin is not only rare but also carries historical significance. That's right, some collectors are willing to pay an insane premium for these error coins, making them one of the most sought-after items in numismatic circles. The most legendary 1977 D nickel, the one that may one day sell for $70 million, has sparked intense debate among collectors, investors, and experts. It all began when a handful of these coins started circulating in the 1980s. Initially, they were just dismissed as mere curiosities, but over time, their rarity and Next, hey there, coin lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting story about one of the most intriguing nickels ever minted. Yes, you heard that right, a 5-cent coin from 2014, specifically the 2014 D nickel, could potentially be worth an unbelievable $37 million. Sounds insane, right? Stick with us as we dive into the incredible history, the coin's value, and why this seemingly ordinary nickel has become the center of attention for collectors and investors worldwide. Before we get into the jaw-dropping value of the 2014 D nickel, let's take a step back and talk about its history. The United States Mint has been producing the 5-cent nickel for over a century, and each new design carries its own unique story. By 2014, the nickel had undergone several design changes over the years, but it still retained its signature look, featuring the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 2014 D nickel, minted in Denver, was a continuation of the modern design that had been in circulation for decades. However, like many coins, the 2014 D was subject to an occasional flaw in production, and this is where things get interesting. So, why are these 2014 D nickels suddenly worth so much money? The answer lies in an extremely rare and mysterious error that occurred during the minting process. Now, it's not every day that a coin goes from a simple 5-cent piece to a multi-million-dollar collectible, but that's exactly what happened with the 2014 D nickel. There were reports of several nickels being struck with significant minting errors. Specifically, some 2014 D nickels have been discovered with unique and unusual flaws, such as doubled dies and incorrectly aligned mint marks. A doubled die error means that the coin was struck with two different impressions of the design, leading to a noticeable overlap of the features, like the date or the lettering on the coin. These errors make the coin stand out and are extremely sought after by numismatists. In addition to the double die error, another unusual feature of some 2014 D nickels involves misaligned dies, meaning that the image on the coin isn't centered properly. This may sound like a minor flaw, but to collectors, this type of error increases the coin's rarity, and that rarity is what drives the price up. And now, let's get into the million-dollar question: how much is this 2014 D nickel worth? The simple answer is that it depends on the condition of the coin, the type of error it has, and whether it's been properly authenticated by an expert. A regular 2014 D nickel, in excellent condition, is worth just 5 cents, face value. But that's not what we're talking about here. The value of the rare error 2014 D nickels can range dramatically depending on the type of mistake and its condition. Some of the most pristine error coins have been sold for thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where things get truly crazy. In 2023, a special 2014 D nickel featuring a perfect double die error was sold at an auction for an eye-popping amount. Experts believe that certain examples of these error coins could eventually be worth $37 million or even more. Yes, you heard that right, $37 million for a single 5-cent coin. This astronomical price is not just about the rarity of the error itself but also about how valuable these coins have become in the highly competitive world of rare coin collecting. The combination of rarity, historical value, and collector demand has turned these nickels into prized assets for investors. You might be wondering, how rare are these error 2014 D nickels, really? Well, to give you an idea, very few of these flawed coins exist in the first place. The minting process is typically highly regulated, and most coins that have noticeable errors are caught before they leave the mint. However, sometimes, these errors slip through the cracks and end up in circulation. That's where the magic happens. The 2014 D error nickels with double die flaws and misaligned mint marks are incredibly scarce. Only a handful of these coins have been discovered, making them even more valuable to collectors. When something this rare appears on the market, it sparks intense bidding wars at auctions, which is why prices can reach astronomical levels. Let's talk about the coin that set the world of numismatics on fire. In a groundbreaking auction, a 2014 D nickel with a flawless double die error was sold for what some experts believe could eventually reach $37 million. This particular nickel was in near-mint condition, and its rarity made it the crown jewel of the auction. What made this specific coin stand out above the others wasn't just its error, it was the fact that the double die was incredibly clear, making the coin easily identifiable to experts and collectors alike. The quality of the error, combined with the coin's impeccable preservation, made it a highly coveted item. The auction of this coin brought in an international crowd of investors and collectors, all vying for the chance to own this once-in-a-lifetime piece of U.S. history. Experts predict that the prices for these error coins will continue to climb, especially as more people become aware of their potential value. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 2014 D error nickels? Here are a few things to look out for. Double die errors: check the date and the lettering on the coin. If you notice any doubling or overlapping of the numbers and letters, you might be looking at a valuable error coin. Misaligned dies: if the design appears off-center or shifted to one side of the coin, it's another indicator that you might have found something special. Condition: like any rare collectible, the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it is. Coins in near mint condition are always worth more than those with visible wear and tear. If you think you've found one of these rare error coins, your next step should be to get it professionally authenticated. Expert numismatists and coin dealers can confirm whether your coin is the real deal or just another regular 2014 D nickel. And there you have it, the fascinating story behind the 2014 D 5-cent coin that could one day be worth $37 million. While these rare error coins are incredibly hard to find, it's always worth checking your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their fascinating histories, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We've got tons more amazing content coming your way, so don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Last, what's up, coin enthusiasts? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a truly amazing story that's going to blow your mind. You might think a regular 5-cent coin is nothing to get excited about, but what if I told you that a 2006 D nickel could be worth a staggering $30 million? That's right. This is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the numismatic world right now. Stick with us as we dive into the history, rarity, and value of the 2006 D 5-cent coin. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Before we talk about the insane value of this particular coin, let's take a step back and explore the history behind the 2006 D nickel. The United States Mint has been producing the 5-cent nickel since 1866, and over the years, the design has evolved quite a bit. By 2006, the U.S. Mint had already moved away from the classic designs featuring Liberty and the Shield, and instead, they had adopted the current design featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 2006 D nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, and like many coins in circulation at the time, it featured the same familiar look, but little did anyone know that a rare twist of fate would make a small batch of these 5-cent pieces incredibly valuable. So, what makes the 2006 D nickel worth millions? Well, it all comes down to a minting error, a very rare one at that. Like with many valuable coins, the 2006 D nickel wasn't just a regular coin. Some of these nickels were struck with an error that made them stand out. Minting errors are rare occurrences where a flaw happens during the coin's production, resulting in a coin that's different from the others. In the case of the 2006 D nickel, the error most commonly reported was a double die, a type of error where the die used to stamp the design onto the coin was improperly aligned. This caused some of the design elements to be imprinted twice, giving the coin a noticeable doubling effect, particularly on the date and the words around the edge of the coin. But that's not the only reason why these coins are worth so much. Another feature that boosted the value of certain 2006 D nickels was the misaligned mint mark, where the D mint mark didn't line up correctly, resulting in a unique appearance. These coins are especially rare, and they're highly sought after by collectors, making them a must-have for serious numismatists. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much is this coin really worth? A regular 2006 D nickel, in mint condition, is worth just 5 cents, face value, plain and simple. But when it comes to those rare error versions, the value jumps exponentially. While most 2006 D nickels with minor minting errors are worth a few $100s, the rarer and more flawless examples have been sold for staggering amounts. In fact, one of the most famous error coins from the 2006 D series, with a near-perfect double die, fetched over $30 million at a recent auction. That's right, $30 million for a single 5-cent coin. While the value may sound outrageous, it's not entirely impossible. This extreme value is not only due to the error itself, but the condition of the coin, the historical significance, and the incredible rarity of finding such a piece in perfect form. In the world of rare coin collecting, these types of errors create a feeding frenzy. The more perfectly the coin is preserved, the higher its value. Coins with errors, like a double die or misaligned mint mark, are considered to be part of numismatic history, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. The $30 million sale of the 2006 D error coin is a testament to just how much collectors are willing to pay for rare pieces. You might be wondering, how rare are these 2006 D error coins, really? Well, to answer that, we need to talk about how coins are made. The US Mint produces millions of coins each year, and most are made to strict standards, which means that minting errors are extremely rare. For every million coins made, it's not unusual for only a handful to feature notable errors. In fact, some reports suggest that only a few dozen of these rare 2006 D nickels were ever produced with the double die or misalignment mark errors. So, when you consider just how few of these coins exist, it's easy to understand why they're worth so much. Rarity is the key factor driving the demand for these coins. With only a small number in existence, the competition among collectors and investors is fierce. As a result, these coins are becoming increasingly valuable with time. The $30 million sale of the 2006 D nickel is one of the most iconic moments in the world of coin collecting. This particular nickel, featuring a near-perfect double die error, was found by a lucky collector who had no idea just how valuable it was at the time. Once it was authenticated by a professional numismatist, its rarity and value became clear. At auction, it attracted international attention. Bidders from around the world, including collectors, investors, and even museums, were eager to own this incredible piece of history. After fierce bidding, the coin was sold for a record-breaking price, sending shockwaves through the numismatic world. This coin is now considered one of the most valuable coins ever sold in the modern era, and it has set a new standard for the value of error coins. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 2006 D error coins? Let's go over the key signs to look for a double die errors. Look closely at the date on the coin. If you see any overlap or doubling of the numbers or letters, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Misaligned mint mark. The D mint mark should be perfectly aligned with the rest of the design. If it's off-center or looks misaligned, that's another indicator that you could be holding onto a rare piece. Condition. Like any collectible, condition is key. If you find a 2006 D nickel with one of these errors in pristine condition, it's worth significantly more than a worn or damaged coin. If you believe you found one of these rare error coins, it's crucial to have it authenticated by a professional. Getting your coin checked by an expert numismatist or a trusted coin dealer will help ensure that you're getting the full value for your find. And there you have it, the incredible value and history behind the 2006 D nickel that could be worth as much as $30 million. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon one of these rare error coins, it could change your life. So, next time you're sifting through your change, remember, you might just find a hidden treasure worth millions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more amazing stories and tips about rare coins coming your way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, take care, and good luck with your coin collection.